Greetings, this is Tier Nerd, and once again I will continue my series where I rank JRPG music. This is part 8 in the series. We'll be going over Pokemon, a few other games in the middle, and then finally Shadow Hearts. So yeah, let's see. Let's start with Pokemon. So it's been a while since I've really played many Pokemon games. These are childhood games like Pokemon Blue. This is my first RPG. Like Pokemon Blue is my first RPG. Like I remember playing it in fifth grade, and I still remember it. I went to bed at like 5 a.m. that night. Like Pokemon Blue was amazing. And then I still so Blue and Silver I played in my childhood and played for many years after that. I played trading card game, and then Emerald I played a few years ago just to just to see what's new in Pokemon, and it just wasn't the same. It's not the same. I didn't like Emerald as much. Now, as far as the music, from what I remember from the music, it was pretty good. Like, it's on Game Boy, but a lot of the themes are memorable, and there's plenty of arrangements of Pokemon music. So, Blue and Silver have decent soundtracks. I don't remember everything. I don't remember all the town themes and stuff, but the battle themes and boss themes and all that were pretty good for the most part. I think I'll give Silver a little higher, maybe because maybe the sound quality is a bit better than in Blue and Red. But yeah, so I think they're both A tier, deserving of A tier. I don't remember all the tracks, but I do remember the music being really good. And trading card game, um, yeah, I remember really enjoying the game for some reason. I don't know why, but the music was also solid. I don't remember it as much, but I do remember Pokemon music in general being pretty good. Not like epic tier, S tier, but pretty solid. Maybe like A minus or so, at least A minus. I think Pokemon music was pretty good, especially the battle themes and boss themes. So very memorable music. Emerald, I'll probably give B tier because yeah, I mean I played it and I don't remember anything. Like it's funny that I remember Blue and Silver music, which I played, and I played Blue and Silver many years ago. I remember the music better than I do Emerald, which I played more recently, and Emerald's music is just a blur in my mind. So yes, I think it's probably still decent, but I remember it being just not as good. I don't remember anything, so I think Emerald I'll probably give B tier. Then we got a few other RPGs. We got Parasite Eve, Fantasy Star, Radiant Historia, and Super Mario RPG. So just a good selection of games here. Um, Parasite Eve was pretty good. It's a short game. There isn't much to the game. It's like 10 hours, and it's 2 discs. I don't know how they stretched out a 10-hour game into 2 discs, but they did. Probably from because there's a lot of cutscenes, and uh, yeah, that's probably why. The music though was good. Like the game's good. The game's an A tier, but I'd say the music's also A tier. Very good orchestrated music. And by the way, I think Yoko Shimomura composed this. Don't quote me on it. I forget who composed it, but I think it was Yoko Shimomura that composed Parasite Eve, if I'm not mistaken, which does explain the style of the music. It's a little more epic. Um, so yeah, I thought it was very solid soundtrack. Good battle themes, boss themes, good music in general. Yeah, A tier. I think it deserves A tier. I guess I'm very picky about giving out S tiers. I guess it has to be like very memorable or something for me to give it an S tier. I guess. Um, Fantasy Star. I don't even remember Fantasy Star. I played this like a year or two ago just to see what the hype was about. I didn't like Fantasy Star all that much. I guess it seemed like an overrated franchise to me. But yeah, I don't remember the music like at all. There's probably something good in it, but it's a blur, so probably just get a B tier. It's probably not awful, but probably not super amazing. Radiant Historia. I haven't really been giving anything S tier. Maybe I should give Radiant Historia an S tier. You got a lot of good battle and boss themes, usually good town themes and area themes and stuff. A good vibe, and I think. Wait, you know what? I think this is another Yoko Shimomura. I don't know what the commonality is, but oh, and I don't know. I guess this is Yoko Shimomura Day or something because I think all three of these games are her. They're different franchises, but they're all Yoko Shimomura. Rating Historia, Parasite Eve, and Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG, I'm pretty yeah, is also Yoko Shimomura. So yeah, these are all very solid game soundtracks. But anyway, back to Rating Historia. Um, like yeah, very good soundtrack. Some of not perfect, but I think good. So I think it's S tier. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been too strict. I haven't been giving. I thought maybe Kingdom Hearts I should have given S tier, and some of the other games I should have given S tier too. Because I was given a lot of Final Fantasy games and Dragon Quest games S tier also. So I think for Final Fantasy I actually might have been a little too nice. I think I gave too many games in the Final Fantasy franchise S tier, and I shouldn't have given quite as many S tier. So yeah, but Rating Historia, I think probably would deserve at least the low S tier. I think very solid soundtrack, good game, good soundtrack, everything. I think I gave Rating Historia an S. I think for the game itself because it is a really good game. Super Mario RPG. Um, I think a tad overrated in the music department, to be honest. I think it's still a solid soundtrack, but I think probably a bit overrated. Some of the themes are interesting, but not all of them. I'm not quite as huge of a fan of Super Mario RPG's music as some people are. Still good, but not super amazing. I think maybe a low A tier. Um, yeah, maybe even high B tier to be honest. Like I just did it did. It's not my favorite of her soundtracks to be honest with you guys. So I think Super RPG is probably like high B plus as far as the music's concerned. It's got some nice quirky music to it, but that's about it. Because Super RPG is like it's not one of those games that takes itself too seriously. So the music shows. It's not super serious music generally. Um, so it's got like a happy vibe to a lot of it. So then we got Shadow Hearts Trilogy. Shadow Hearts has really good music. I think very solid A tiers, good battle themes, boss themes, area themes. So I think A tier. So I don't know if it's better than Parasite Eve. Kind of hard to decide. Maybe lower than Parasite Eve. Shadow Hearts Covenant, I really like. I don't know. You know what? I think Shadow Hearts Covenant is getting an S tier for me. Actually, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm being a little nicer on this tier list because I haven't been giving out a lot of S's. So I think I'm going to start giving S's again. Shadow Hearts 1 was good. But Shadow Hearts 2 is in better. I don't know what it is. Shadow Hearts 2 has a lot of music I don't you normally listen to. Like Shadow Hearts 2 has a lot of like techno. I mean, not really like techno, but it's got more of like a techno vibe to it. And as far as the music, kind of like a hard beat music. A lot of battle and boss themes that are really good. The world map themes from Japan and Europe, I love both of them, especially the one for Japan. I think it sounds particularly epic. Um, yeah, a lot of the town and dungeon music I think is kind of a blur to me, but I do remember a lot of the music, a lot of the battle and boss themes being really good. So Shadow Hearts Covenant, I think, is stronger music. Shadow Hearts 3, I think it's because I didn't like the game as much. I didn't like Shadow Hearts 3 as much as the first two games, especially the second game. I like the second game the most in the trilogy. Um, Shadow Hearts 3, I think that's why the music I just don't remember as much, but it's still probably solid. It's still probably good. I just don't remember it as well. Like it's still got the same, it's still the same vibe, just probably just not quite as good. So I think it's probably safe to give it like an 8 here. So yeah, rating Historia, Shadow Hearts Covenant, maybe like low S. I think deserves S tier. And sometimes I finish these lists and I think, well, maybe I could have changed it. It's all based on your mood anyway. Where you tier stuff and I noticed the last few lists I just haven't really been giving out S's as much. So I decided this time let's give out some S's. So I think rating Historia and Shadow Hearts Covenant would get the S's, and we got some decent A's. You got upper A, lower A for Pokemon, and then we have games that they're okay. So yeah, this is part 8, and I'll be doing more of these. So stay tuned for more.